own action and own concept, So in module 3, already first module and second module, it has been completed, and also examination has been taken. Okay. So, and next third module, third and fourth. Okay. So third module, it is being started by Dr. Sujita Das. I think all of you know, mainly management or law, except management law or education and other systems also, they should know. Dr. Sujita says, actually double PhD in our university, PhD in technology, at the same time PhD in management, So she has had past knowledge, and I have learned and I have seen last year, she has explained very nicely, So that is why she's busy in so many works in our university, but I have a contact with her, and today she will be speaking from her own designed and own concept, So I'll expect that all the students will listen properly. At the same time, I'll tell them to write some notes. Now, not that you will see the PPT only. You should not be PPT dependent, Because UHB class is somewhat not the knowledge oriented. It is just conceptual. You will have to grasp it, okay? And you should, what you are taking in your heart, in your concept, that is the main thing, okay? Not that you are attending classes just like other examinations. It is not that, okay? So you'll have to pass the examination. That is why you are attending, not that. UGC and the ICT has included this subject just for the ethical development, okay? So either you may be an engineer, or you might be a technologist, okay, or the management personality, or the legal personnel, or also education and other subjects which are exist in our university, okay. Whatever you want to be or what will be in future, main thing is that how much you are ethical in your way of work, okay. There is the main humanity, the development of humanity, So human ethics, universal human ethics, not that you have some personal ethics, must have some personal ethics, but it should be consistent and comment with our universal, or all the total human being interested in it. So you have to learn this. That is why this class is being done. And Dr. Das will speak very nicely. If you have, I'm telling again you, the students, you write some points. If you will be too much if you have some questions, okay? After her speech, you'll ask some question. If you want to add something, her lecture, then it will be very acceptable. At the same time, if you want to have any query, you just interact with us. Okay, let's start. Dr. Das, you can start now. So
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. And very good evening, cold, wintry evening, all the students. Right. I know this is not the time. December is not the December evening is for cakes and outings and movies and zoos and picnics. It's not for studies. But let's not take it as a study, right? Let's take it as an exchange of thoughts. And let's take it like you all are first year students, as I believe. So what is this? You have just come out of your schools. Until now, your parents or everyone around used to think that you are kids. Now, since you are in college or in universities, what is this most important thing? You need to transform yourself from a kid to an adult without really harming the little kid within yourself, which should be there till your last day of life, right? But outwardly and somewhat inwardly also, you have to transform yourself so that you become responsible, you become ethical, you become responsible towards yourself, to the people who are around you, your family, your friends, and ultimately responsible for the country where you live. Because we say it is our motherland. So it is our responsibility to save our mother, our father, our siblings, our friends, and ultimately our motherland, right? So let's see how we all can have an insight, like how you can grow step by step into an responsible into a responsible and also an ethical adult, right? Now, to first thing, as we grow up, till now, when we were in school, most of the decisions of our lives were taken by our parents. And they used to dictate us also, like, don't go there, don't have ice cream in the winter, wear this type of clothes. So everyone's parents do this. Don't watch this movie, study during the exams, all these things. It's not like only your parents do. All the parents, all the elderly people of this universe, they do like this. So as we grow up, we need to actually first check our responsibility. You need to first check. Can you please put in mute whoever is there? Whoever is talking, please put yourself in mute form. Yeah. So you have to take, first of all, take your responsibility, and step by step, as you grow up more, you have to take the responsibility of the people around. Initially we take the responsibility of our parents, and then as you grow up, you also get married, you have your partner, with time you have your own kids, and you start taking responsibility of all these people around, right? But why do we do that, first of all? What is our motto in life of all of us? All of us want to stay in this universe, whatever may be the number of days, we want to stay happily. Ultimate, our motto is, when we, at the end of the day, when we go off to sleep, we just look back and see what have we done today, and are we really happy today or not. If you are depressed, you think there are a lot of reasons for depression, you know, a lot of studies, your boyfriend not picking up the calls, your mother scolding you. There are a lot of depressive things which happens throughout our life. But and that keeps us, like, we do not sleep properly at night, we do not have food properly at night, so it disrupts our daily life. So ultimately, if we are happy, our life becomes smooth. So continuous happiness and prosperity is the key of living a good life. So the first thing you need to have in your mind as you are growing up, you need to keep yourself happy somehow or the other, but not harming anyone else. Like, you are liking someone else's pen, and that is a 2000 rupees worth pen, and you are feeling like, if I get that pen, I'll be very happy. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you do not buy it, but you steal it. That is not happiness. You are doing some unethical things. So you have to be happy being a good man, a good lady, with doing ethical things. You cannot do unethical things to make yourself happy, right? So once you start making yourself happy, there is, you will see the change. There are people who keep on brooding, I don't get this, I'm so sad, I have asked for a iPhone, but I have only a 5000 rupees worth mobile. I've asked for this type of branded t-shirt which is worth 2000, but father did not give me, it's only a 5000 rupees, 500 rupees t-shirt which I'm wearing. So you keep on brooding. So if you can leave this habit of brooding, and you start living like whatever you are getting, you are happy with that. That is, I'm telling materialistically. Yes, it does not mean you won't have the motivation to have that 2000 rupees one. Yes, you will see, like, okay, I'm going to work hard, I am going to earn money, and I'm going to get it someday. You should not lose the motivation. What I'm telling, like, right now, you be happy with what you are having, but at the end of the day, you should have the motivation to reach that goal when you can really drive a Lamborghini, not an ambassador or just an auto. So you have that, but that does not mean unethically you are going to steal someone's stuff, right? And this will keep your life in a harmonious position. So once you become happy with yourself and you be in harmony, what would you do next? Your next step would be to keep your people around you to keep be happy. Now, who are the people around you right now? Right now, generally, most of you are staying with your parents. So it's your either your parents, your grandfather, grandmother, or your siblings, or your uncle, aunt. This makes your family. Yes, there are students who are staying in hostel. For you, the friends are your family, right? You are in the morning you're waking up with them, at night you are going off to sleep with them, so they are your family. So here family means the people with whom you are living in daily life. So you see, if you are happy, you would really like to keep other people around you happy, because if you are happy yourself but your father is brooding, your friends is brooding, your mother is crying whole day, then you cannot stay happy again, right? You love them. So the second thing is you need to keep these people around you happy in a harmonious position. So how can we make our parents happy? We study well, we come back home little early, we do not stay out till 12 o'clock at night, we use less of mobile. No, I'm not asking you to do like give up your mobile, do not play in the mobile, but somehow compromise so that your parents become happy, your siblings becomes happy. So once your family or the people around you start being happy and in a state of harmony, what becomes your next step? That is your society where you are living. Because you can be very, very good, right? But if you're thrown within 10 dacoits or 10 thieves, your society, if you cannot live there, because all you can, if you can be good, but if your surroundings are all bad, some is killing someone, someone is stealing things, you will feel very uncomfortable. So next, your responsibility becomes to keep your society wherever you are, to keep that society happy. Now, you cannot go to knock everyone's door and say, are you happy? If not, what can I do for you? You cannot do that. That is something very funny. But how can you keep the society happy? By doing something for this social cause, right? Which will help not only your people, like your family, friends, etc., but which are going to help 100 more people in this society. Maybe you donate blood, maybe you have some camp, maybe you do something which is going to help the people in mass and make them happy. You donate foods, sometimes you do social things which the people do, and ultimately all these small societies together makes a mother earth. So if all these individual societies are living harmoniously, the earth, the total mother earth, the universe becomes harmonious. They go for a very simple and satisfied living, sort of. So ultimately, it is very, step by step approach. First, it's you yourself, then the people around, next your society, and then these small societies together make a harmonious universe. Now, coming to the next step, when we leave, we generally have, you haven't, you must have heard the word hypothesis. Like, what is hypothesis? We don't know what is there, but we imagine like this would be there. Like, we hypothesize that this winter is going to be very cold in Calcutta. Like, we just predict something like this time, 2022 winter is going to be very cold in Calcutta. We don't know whether it is going to be, it can be true, it cannot be true also, right? Now, how we do that? We see some past data, like whether this time the summer was very hot, this time we had very high rainfall. So expected the winter is going to be also very chilly. So that's how we predict. Our prediction can be yes, our prediction can be no also, right? So while living a good life, we need to also predict certain things. So while we are predicting, what do we predict actually? We propose actually. So what we predict is, first we try to predict, like, we have to have a good behavior with the human being, like so that we are mutually happy. And also the second hypothesis is, we work with rest of the nature and keep them also in a harmonious position, so that we ultimately we can go for mutual prosperity. How we get mutual prosperity? By keeping the nature harmonious. Now, if we do not cut the trees around, right? So what we'll have a less pollution in the in your area, in your society. You will have better maybe fruits growing, maybe you are going to have better yield of agriculture, so you'll have a better prosperity around you, right? So nature is also nurturing you. It's not only your parents who are nurturing you, it's nature also who is nurturing you throughout the day, 24 hours. As we are breathing, the nature is nurturing us. We are inhaling oxygen and throwing out carbon dioxide in the nature. Now, if you're just throwing out carbon dioxide, and if the plants they do not utilize it, we won't be able to live. Some after some time, the whole universe is going to be full of carbon dioxide, and we will die. There won't be any oxygen to inhale. So nature is nurturing us from the very first hour of our life till the last hour of our life, the last breath. So we need to, for mutual prosperity, we have to make our nature also harmonious, right? So the next question which comes in our mind is, can I
Uh,
be very happy if my people around is not happy? Can we
right.
live in a relationship without understanding the relationship? Can we have, like, you will say yes, we do, because our parents give birth to us, and we live with them, and it is many a time we do not understand what is our responsibility to our parents. It happens, and this is one of the main reason these studies are being introduced in this university and college level. Because, if you go 50 years back or 40 years back, when Shamantu sir was of your age, the nature was harmonious, the people were harmonious. But because of such ill effect of many things, I won't name everything right now, but yes, there are many things which are causing ill effects in the young minds, and this harmony is getting lost. We are not really understanding what is our responsibility to our parents, what is our relationship with our parents, what is our relationship with our brothers and sisters. In 40 years back, if you ask Shamanto sir, there used to be one big plate from where five brothers are going to have same food. Mother used to make dal chawal or maybe fish and egg, and used to give all the food in one plate, and four brothers used to have food from one plate. Nowadays, if there are four brothers in one house, every day one or the other are fighting with each other, maybe with the mobile. All four are not never ever going to have the same food, not in the same time. They are going to wake up at the same other time. They're going to go off to sleep at some other time, and there won't be any congenial relationship between the four. So this is the ill effect of different negative societal aspects which are happening in today's world. So this
সুযোগ ওই তুমি যা বলছো সেটা একেবারে ওই পিপিটিটা আমি তোমাকে পাঠিয়েছি, হ্যাঁ, একই রাখে ওই ফ্যামিলি যেটা খুঁজে পাচ্ছিলাম, হারমোনি ইন দ্য ফ্যামিলি। হ্যাঁ, তুমি ওখানে শো করতে পারো, তুমি যা বলছো সেটাই লেখা আছে ওখানে। হ্যাঁ,
আমি জানি স্যার, আমি দেখে নিয়েছি।
ভেরি গুড, ভেরি গুড।
So what happens, this unhappiness in our families is more due to our question is it due to the physical inability, or is it due to because we cannot fulfill the mutual relationship? Physical disability, what is that? What does that mean? Like, if we can, is it that we don't have enough 4 mobiles for 4 people? Don't we have enough food for all of us? It's not that. We have good rooms for all of us. We have good food for all of us. But it is just that what my brother expects from us, I cannot give him back. And what I expect from my brother, he cannot give me back. So this unhappiness does not come from the physical inability, but from the lack of fulfillment in a relationship. So how do we go about it? So as long as we consider, Shakar, can you put all of them in mute? Yeah. So as long as we consider a human being to be a body, it is not possible to understand. We have to actually go into the deep, in a deeper way, into the heart of the people, not the physical aspect of the people, and then try to understand those people and try to understand the relationship between the people, between the family. Now, how do we go about it? How do we really make the path to understand the other people in the family? So there are basically 4 steps with 9 happiness index. So the first step is between oneself and the other self. Like, do I and the other people, do I understand myself, or do I understand the other people also? The second step is there are feelings in a relationship. So do I understand my feeling towards him, or do I understand what he feels for me? Now, these feelings are recognized in 9 different indexes, or 9 different names, or 9 different emotions, whatever you call. And ultimately, if one by one, if we can fulfill this 9 different emotions and indices, we can ultimately lead and evaluate our life and find that there exists a mutual happiness. Now, what are these 9 things which we should go for? It is not only, again, I'm mentioning, it's not only with our parents. Do it with any relationship. Try it out from tomorrow itself. Just try and find out these 9 steps in any relationship, with your friends, with your teacher, with anyone. And you will find that ultimately, if we can fulfill each step, your relationship with that person is becoming very, very harmonious. Now, the first step towards it's called trust. Bishwash amra Banglaয় যেটা বলি, right? That is the foundation value for all relationship. If you cannot trust the other people, if you feel like, no, he is going to kill me, he is always going to do something negative against me, then you can never ever have a good relationship with that person, right? So the first thing, you need to believe that, yes, I am good, And that is why this person is also good. And that since I am good and he is good, he is not going to do any negative thing to me. So first, if you go for a value chain, we call it a value chain. The basic of any value chain is trusting the other people. जो सामने वाला है उसको विश्वास करना. The next thing is, once you can trust the person, the next level is called respect, right? So you might say, like mere samne jo hai, the person standing in front of me is 20 years younger to me, so I cannot respect him. Rather, he's going to respect. It's not that, what it is. Every individual is doing something good for this universe. So every individual needs or demands a respect towards themselves. Everyone in this universe. So even he can be 20 years younger to you and 50 years elder to you, does not matter. You should understand that yes, he is doing something good for you. He is doing good for other people. And for all these good works, he demands or he actually should be respected. Sanman dikhana hai unko, right? The next step or the third step is having an affection towards that person, right? So here the trust is more of a neutral emotion, but once this affection is coming, it is becoming a positive emotion, right? We have three types of emotion: a positive emotion, a negative emotion, and a neutral emotion. So once this affection is coming, that means you are getting inclined to that person. So your positive emotion is increasing. Now, as the positive emotion increases, your relationship with the person becomes more harmonious. The hostility goes away. So the third step is affection or sneh jisko bolte hain. So again, affection can be done towards any age limit. We all say like affection is like you do it for your younger people. No, you can have an affectionate relationship with your grandfather also, who might be 50 years elder to you, right? So you start understanding his emotions, small emotions. Why does he wait for you every day? It might happen you come back home at 10 o'clock at night, but he waits for you to have dinner together. So this affection, and just because he waits, you start coming back at 8 o'clock. That means you also have an affection towards him, even if he is elder to you, right? So you develop a relationship of affection. Then with affection, once you become affectionate, you automatically start caring for that person, because that person is affectionate towards you and you are affectionate towards him. Even if he feels bad for some time, you feel also bad. So you become caring towards that person. So you start doing whatever makes him happy. So the fourth step which comes is caring, or what we call mamta. Next comes the fifth step, which is called guidance, or which we say vatsalya. Means, again, vatsalya means, do not think it is only for the younger people. It is for those people who does not know anything. So even if your grandfather, he does not know how to play this, or how to make a Facebook account might be, or how to reach the social media, you can guide him. Like, see, if you see this, do this. You can see YouTube, and every morning you can listen to Hanuman Chalisa, and that will make him happy again. So you're guiding a aged person also to do something which will make him happy. And of course, you can always guide the younger people to do whatever good for them. So once you start caring for them, you try to guide them in a proper path, in the path which ultimately can make him or happy. And once you see him happy, you become happy yourself. Next, this is the fifth step. Next step is called reverence or shraddha, right? So again, you might say, like, how can we have reverence towards younger people? We have. See, when even at this age, when we see someone has done very good, has got 100 on 100 on all subjects, some student of ours only, like one of you only, we develop a reverence towards you. Like, wow, he is so good. He studies so much, he understands everything. So it's not only an appreciation which grows, a reverence grows towards you. Like something which you have done, which I could not do. I could not I could not get 100 on 100 on all subjects, and which you have done. So you must be someone very, very good. So we appreciate you. At the same time, we have a feeling of reverence towards you. So it can be for younger people and, of course, for elder people. As it is, you develop a reverence because what they have done for you, you could not do some because they have lived more. They are elder to you. Your father, he has left minimum 30 years more than you. So you have earned so much, which they are actually spending on you. So as it is, they might not get a new cloth on puja or on Christmas, but they always get a new thing for you. So as it is, you grow a reverence towards them. But otherwise also, you might grow a reverence towards your younger one. So the next comes the next step, which is the seventh one, is called glory. Like you become happy if he gets something, do very well, which is called Gaurav. So it is not my Gaurav, it is not his Gaurav, it's our glory. It becomes, if your best friend may get a chance in US for an MTech or something, it is not that you become jealous and say, oh, we studied together, he might have done something, might have given bribed someone, and that's why he's going to US. No, it's not like that. You need to understand, you need to have the basic reverence towards him. Like, yes, might be he studied more, might be understood more, and at the end he has done something which is unbelievable. So it is not his glory only, it is our glory. So anything which becomes his good becomes your good also. It not only gives you happiness, it doubles his happiness. Because once we do something good, now we are a little scared. Like this person is going to be jealous, that person is going to be jealous. Now, when we see, like, for my happiness, the other people are very, very happy, my happiness doubles. So that's why it is a glory for not only him or not only you, it's a glory for the group or the glory for both of you. Ultimately, the last two steps, which are the ultimatum steps, the eighth step is called gratitude, and which is kritagyata. So you should always, uh, I would say another thing before going to gratitude, explaining gratitude and love. You know, for last few years, one thing has come up. I don't know whether it was there 50 years back, but we do something called manifestation and practicing gratitude. This has come up. Many psychologists, many the people who are life changers, sort of, they are doing this. They are insisting people to do this. The motivators, influencers, they are. So what is this practicing gratitude? Like early in the morning when you when you wake up, you say thank you to God, whoever this God, or thank you to the universe. Like, thank you for giving us one more day to live. Thank you for giving us another day to do something good for myself and other people. And then as you pass the whole day, at night when you're going off to sleep, you again thank the universe and whoever are for whoever are like atheist, they might thank universe, and whoever practices any religion, they might thank their respective gods. Like, thank you God for giving us a good day. Now, if you keep on doing this thing, there's believers say, there's influencers or motivators, whoever it is, they say you tend to have a positive attitude towards life. You, even if you're a very negative person, if you practice this every day for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you tend to grow up a positive attitude. You tend to throw away the negative attitudes. Similarly, if you keep on, this is a practice which is going on, I'm telling. But similarly, in your daily life, if you keep on thanking everyone for small, small things, even if your friend lends you a pen while writing your exams, just thank him once. Even if your teacher gives you an extra note or extra something, thank him or her. So all this small thank you, you know what happens? These are all energies, small, small packets of energies. And so once you are giving some positive energy to others, they also usher back positive energy to you. So they become happy hearing this thank you. And they also say, you're welcome. Okay, you don't worry, I'll help you again next time. So it is an exchange of positive energy takes place. So whenever their exchange of positive energy takes place, the whole, the aura of that place, the aura around you becomes positive. And lastly, which is called the ultimatum of any relationship, is the which is called the complete value. Like the, as I said, the value chain, the first starts with this foundation level, which is trust, and ends in the last one, that's the completion of the value chain, is love, unconditional. But again, with love, I would add one word, that is unconditional love. It's not that he is going to do something for me, then only I'll do something for him. It's not that. It's not a give and take one. It is an unconditional love towards yourself first. You yourself. Even if you're a very naughty boy, you do not study, start loving yourself. You know you are naughty, you do not study, you keep on fagging throughout the day, you go and chat with naughty boys, or you keep on doing social media throughout the day. So you yourself know you do all odd things, you do not do bad, good things. Even then, start loving yourself very much and tell yourself, no, you are a very good boy, you are a very good girl. So your seed of love starts from loving yourself. Then once you can start loving yourself, whoever you are, whatever your type, then you start loving other people around you, your parents, your siblings, your friends, etc. And then this becomes your practice, this unconditional loving other people without expecting anything, that becomes your habit. So today, this was the main thing. Can you please be in mute form? Yeah. So this was the main discussion on value chain and how you can have a good relationship with your people, with your family, and then with your society. But the first thing I would discuss little I'll take 5 minutes more from your uh, chilly wintry evening before you go in front of the television or in front of Facebook. Uh, the first thing, like as I said, trust. Build up the trust so that you yourself show yourself as a trustworthy person. So once the other people see that you are trustworthy, they start doing good things to you also. If the other you if you cannot give something good to others, the other would not give you back that good, right? So first, prove yourself to be trustworthy in front of other people. When you prove as a trustworthy person in front of your teachers, your parents, they start believing you and they start trusting you automatically, right? So, and also you have a clarity of thoughts, like what makes you happy and what makes them happy. That is very, very, again, important. Again, I'll say something very, which is not there here, but we call it in management, since I am from management and psychology background, we call it emotional intelligence. You can Google it. It was a term coined in very recently in 1980s. But the thing is, what it is, we say like a person with high emotional intelligence ultimately lives a very happy life, right? Now, how? This is a practice again, which is number one is understand yourself.
Hey, don't. Who are talking?
So you need to be happy yourself first. Number one, you need to understand, not happy. Sorry, I'm talking about emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Number one, it is understanding yourself first, self clarity, then understanding others, what they want, and lastly, managing these emotions of both very, very calmly and quietly. So, if you can manage yourself and manage others' emotion in a very positive manner, then at the end, you become successful in managing those people. So even if you go to corporates, even if you're in a class, wherever you are, so the you'll see the people who become very successful, the people who are in the leadership positions, they are always high in emotional intelligence because they understand what the other people wants from him, and accordingly he can manage those people. So it's not that managing those people, it's managing their emotions also, right? So you need to have this feeling of understanding other people. And there's one more thing which should be there. Uh, there should be uh, there should be a desire to do good to others. There should be a desire to have a good family. There should be a desire to do something for the family, right? And once you show this desire to the people, yes, what actually arises, that is the expectation of the people from you. But at the same time, if you can keep up to those expectations, your, as a human being, your competency also increases, and at the end you emerge as a better person, a holistically developed person. It's not that you know programming very well or you know your pharmacy very well, the subject, but you holistically develop as a good human being, right? So ultimately, the thing is, you should have make effort to assure that others are happy. You should make effort to see you yourself is happy, and you should improve those competencies, as I said, those 9 value chains, right? So that ultimately your relationship improves and you stay happily as a better person, right? Where is Zoom gone? Sir, I am through.
Okay, one thing, so Jessica, one student, his name is Orkho Dotto. He has written the question, I am just reading it.
But sir, I cannot see.
If the trust is gone, maybe it can gone due to misunderstanding, then how can we bring back that trust of the first person? Do you understand what he has written? So if trust is gone due to misunderstanding, how can it be bring back? Okay, if you explain it, it will be better to him. Okay, that questions comes
Sir,
from the student.
Audible.
Audible.
Okay. So what happens? There can be many. That is the thing I told you in the beginning. Once you start understanding yourself very well, na, your next step is understanding the others well. See, I practice what I practice. I'll say I practice one thing. Even if my closest of people do or say something very negative about me, or do something very negative, I try to make myself understand, like, no, did not or she did not do this intentionally. Might be there is some other cause which are forcing them to do this. If you start believing this, you know what happens? You need to believe it. I believe it, actually. It's not that I am telling and that's why you start practicing. So if you believe in this, what happens? Your initial, that negative mood surge, like say, I'll give you an example. Say your very good buddy has, you come to know that he has said something very bad about you to other friends of yours, right? And you become very upset, and you stop talking to that person. You don't even ask him, or even if you ask him, you fight with him, and then you stop talking and a misunderstanding happens. Once you, like, if I would have been in your place, what I would have thought, no, he is a good person. He is being good to me for last n number of years, and I have not done anything bad to him. So there is no mutual interest that would that would make him say something negative. Might be he is being forced by some other causes, which is which has forced him to speak those negative things. Now, it can be yes, it can be no, right? But initially, why I make myself understand this, I do not become instant angry with this if I believe in this. So I can keep myself cool with this. So once my head is cool, then I can behave rationally. I can go and ask him very rationally, like, I've heard this, and I know you might not have told this, but you might have been like, by slip of tongue, I don't mind. But if you can say, if you, why have you said this? Don't you like me? Am I not your good friend? So if you can, like, solve the problem amicably, now to solve the problem amicably, the first thing, you should not become angry at that instant. Then your problem gets solved. You do not, the question of misunderstanding does not come at all. And if it at all comes, say, ho gaya, chalo, misunderstanding ho gaya, I cannot do this. When it has happened in the past. Now I need to regain that relationship. You know one thing, जो पहले जाते हैं और जो जाके अगले के सामने थोड़ा क्या बोलते हैं, if you bow down in front of someone and ask, or if you bow down in front of someone, it does not mean you are being looked down. You become superior at that. It does not mean you are inferior there. Just because you are going there and telling, "Ke, see, we had a fight, can we again become friends?" People might say, "Dekha, kya chipku hai? Huh? He had again come back." Once bowing down in front of other people, believe me, you are not becoming inferior. You are becoming superior at that communication, because you have that good heart, you have that feeling of harmony and happiness, so that you again want to continue being happy and harmonious with others. So I would say, if you, any one of you, had some misunderstanding with some people, you've stopped talking, stopped calling, blocked him, unblock her, say a hi today itself, and say, if I have done anything wrong to you, I am extremely sorry. I did not do intentionally. And I know if you have done something, you are a very good person, you are a very good friend, you have not done it intentionally. So, whatever had happened in the past, let's forget and let's become good friends from today itself. Try and do this. I believe amongst 10 people, 7 or 8 people will be successful to regain that relationship again. So here you are not being
Okay.
inferior. Here you are being superior.
Right. Now, one thing Madam has explained very nicely, I'm telling, that trust maybe it's gone due to some misunderstanding. But you shouldn't block him or her. Okay, you'll have to prove yourself that you are trustworthy. Then it will be the first person who is being responsible for trust, but someone is not trusting him. So if you prove, you should not keep others to away from you, okay, or distant from you. You shouldn't block him. You should try to be trustworthy. Then whatever you'll have to behave with others more good, more better. Then I think it will be, your trust will come back, So someone has written, Madam, whether it is again and again. Yes, again, one thing it is the people will understand that you have no some negative vices. So you'll have to prove every time. Okay, misunderstanding do not stay long, So if you prove yourself that you are in a trust position, then I think the other one which misunderstand you, he or she will understand and she will trust you. That is my
At least
concept
she will start,
from this side.
at least, am I audible? At least he or she will start respecting you. That I have done n number of bad to him, bad to her. But
Right.
what am I gaining? He is being always good to me. So he or she won't do it many a times then. Automatic a feeling of respect would come.
Right.
যে আমি এতবার খারাপ করছি একটা লোকের, I'm sorry, I'm telling you in Bengali, hopefully most of you understand, যে আমি ওর এতটা খারাপ চাইছি, বারবার খারাপ করার চেষ্টা করছি, but every time he is showing a positive attitude towards me. So ultimately this negativity will, all negativity can be eradicated by positive thoughts. As I said, practice gratitude. So ও বারবার যদি দেখে যে তুমি বারবার পজিটিভ হয়ে ওকে ফিরে আসছো, তাহলে ও আর might be he or she might not reciprocate what you are feeling, but at the same time there would be a respect towards you.
Okay, nice. Very good questions. Or go as responded that. Thank you, ma'am. You have explained very nicely. So, and he has written, I will surely try your advice. Okay, okay.
Thank you.
So
Thank
very
you so
good
much.
discussion. So he has
And
written
anytime you
very good
face
discussion.
any sir, একটা কথা বলি, anytime any of you face any emotional drop or any emotional downwards feeling, I sit in room number 818. Please come to me. I'm there to help you out for any emotional downwards feeling.
Right. At the same time, I'm telling you, on Sunday there is a feedback session, and Madam will stay there, and others will stay there also. So if you have any question, if you want to explain something, very good interaction today. You have the question, very important question you have raised, So that has been discussed very nicely by our Madam. So on Sunday at 4 p.m. we'll be discussing also. We expect some question, we expect some interaction every time. Then we'll understand that you are participating in our discussion, you are it is being grasped by you, it is being earned to you, this concept, and one kind of conditioning is being done. So I'll tell you, you just think it and put some suggestion and ask some questions. We will be trying to explain all these things. Also, you have some suggestion. If you have any, everything, every time we are learning also. Okay. So from this interaction, our objectives or our focus of our UHB class will be successful. Okay. So, Madam, will you speak something, or will
no sir, it's 8:30. Let them enjoy the winter evening.
Okay.
Go out for ice creams now.
Okay, thanks. So let's end today It's today. Next, we'll be meeting on Sunday. Okay. And next
Thank you so much.
Wednesday, I think Madam will take also class. Okay, okay.
No, Amar na
Okay,
sir,
thank you.
Amar na sir.
So let's end now, Saksa. You can. What Dipot,
Okay, sir.
Dudipri, I think she will take. Saksa, you can.
Okay,
close it
sir.
up.